Vote Leave and the health of the nation is at risk. Vote Leave and you'll be threatening the access to scientific knowledge, research and medicine. This was the message Science Minister George Freeman wanted to get across, days after leading Brexit campaigners claimed leaving the EU would mean a surplus of millions of pounds to support science. Local life science leaders are currently in this building behind me participating in a rally. They believe that Birmingham is the leader in terms of life sciences, with home to over 500 technology medical companies. Now, despite what Brexit campaigners are saying, these local entrepreneurs, these scientists, these academics, they believe that we are stronger in the EU and they are standing by George Freeman. And the UK is a net contributor to the EU budget, so if we leave, the money freed up, don't you think that this can go towards science and research and medicine?
Science is one of the areas where we get back more than we put in. So we pay in, for every £10, we get back £12.5, £13. The UK is winning in science in Europe, not a net contributor. And thirdly, the figure that the Brexit campaigners are using for £350 million savings has been ridiculed by all economists. It's a much smaller figure, and they've overspent it hundreds of times over. It's a myth that leaving the European Union will release some big dividend.
But you say it's a myth, but surely non-EU countries, they can still participate in science, likewise with Switzerland. Surely there's no threat to the UK's relationship to the EU and science programmes?
Well, you can participate, but guess what? Science is all about regulation, it's all about ethics, it's all about access to data and tissues and clinical trials, and those regulations are set by the European Union. Part of my job as the UK Minister, through our MHRA, the medical regulator, is to set a framework that will allow research to go on. There
are only a few sections of British society that favour EU membership more strongly than scientists, especially right here in Birmingham.
Birmingham, and particularly Edgbaston, has received billions of pounds of investment into clinical medicine since the 1930s. And even today we have 11,000 patients currently undertaking clinical trials here, which makes us a very excellent location for doing clinical trials. Companies that come to this site to grow depend on access to the European markets.
With just over 2 weeks to go until the nation places that all-important vote, Britain faces a decision that could bring much more change in the future, for better or for worse. Monica Plaha, Big Midland News in Birmingham.